All right, let's focus on the activity library in Seesaw. So here I'm looking at my main page of my classroom Seesaw, and I'm scrolling through just my activity feed. So these are assignments that I've already assigned to my class. And I can scroll through and you'll see that I have 14 responses. I don't have any waiting to be approved by me, and I have 6 students that have not responded to this assignment yet. And I can scroll through and see for multiple assignments that I've assigned this week who has responded and who I'm still waiting for. If there's anything that I need to have approved, if I need to give any student feedback, if they really didn't understand the concept, instead of approving the activity, I would go ahead and return to the student, and I can either record my voice giving feedback to that student, or I can just type in a comment that only that student and I will see, and they can then resubmit their work after they look over it. So I can scroll through here and see the many assignments that I've given, and just take a look at the responses, and I can see that the subject area that it's in, and also I can attach skills to these assignments, and I can keep those skills. I can use the skills that we have in our Haddonfield report cards to coincide with the activities that I'm doing. So if there's a particular skill that I'm assessing when they're doing an activity, I can then assign a skill so that I keep my work organized for when I'm doing report cards and going over what the students are capable of. All right, so now let's get to the actual activities and what that looks like. So I go to assign activities, and right away the Seesaw Library brings me into my personal library. So these are either activities that I've personally created, like the first one in here. So Fantasy Unit Session 3 Problem Solution. So this is an assignment that I created, and my students are now responding. I also like to have the students respond and then give me their reflection. So I have them do a recording after they type in the response, just so I can hear their thought process as they're doing these activities, which I think is really helpful. Okay, so my library shows activities that I've either favorited from another teacher who's uploaded it into Seesaw, or it's my actual lesson that I created. And then I have my collections down here. So all the activities that I've created or saved from other educators, I then place them into collections. And that way I can keep myself organized. And when I'm doing a particular unit in math or in reading, I can go right into that collection and then see what activities I had done the previous year. So if I click in multi-step math word problems, I can see that I have 3 activities in here that I could choose from. I can go ahead and look at reading comprehension strategies. So I have several different reading comprehension strategy activities that I could pick and choose from to assign to my class, whether it be during remote learning like right now, or when we're back in the classroom and we're doing small group. Okay, so school and district library is brand new, and it's been amazing seeing people collaborating and adding activities into our school account. You can put an activity if you think it's a general comprehension activity. You could put it for a variety of different grade levels. If you think it would be suitable for third, fourth, and fifth, go ahead and put it in there for all 3 grade levels, and then teachers can go ahead and see if that would be a good fit for their classroom. So when you are looking at activities, you can look at a particular grade level. So if I wanted to look at 4th grade, and if I wanted to look at, let's say, math assignments, this is what we have in 4th grade for math assignments. So we have round to nearest tens place, matchstick math challenge, and equivalent fractions. So it looks like this activity is set for 3rd and 4th grade, so it could be interchangeable between the 2 grade levels. So this is what's been submitted by teachers in our district. If I want to take it a step further and see what else is out there, I'm going to go to the community library. The community library is any educator on Seesaw who's agreed to share activities that they've created and allow other teachers to use. So if I went to 4th grade math, and I'm not even zeroing it down any farther than that, I'm going to get a whole bunch of activities that I can look through. If I'm looking to do fractions in fourth grade, I'm going to type in fractions and see what comes up. And you'll see that there are usually over 100 different activities that you can look at. You can then select somebody's activity and you can favorite it by putting a heart there. That activity then goes into your library. So I'm going into my library now. And that assignment that I just favorited is now in my personal library. I can click on it, and if it's not exactly what I want for the directions, I can go ahead and click edit. And then this activity can then be modified to fit the needs of the students in my class when I'm providing instruction and giving directions. The template, this one was a screenshot, so I can't do anything about changing what is in this screenshot, but I can add text boxes. And if I want to go ahead and put some information in here about what I want them to do, I can type in this box to give further directions. And then what I can do once I've typed in, I can move these text boxes around and make it suit what's already been in place in this on this canvas. All right, so that is looking at the library.